Right, let's dive in. KSI, one of the biggest names in the UK when it comes to influencing, just had a serious reality check. He got on the mat with none other than former UFC champion Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. Now, there's this idea a lot of non-MMA athletes have, that they can hang with pro fighters in the gym, but KSI just learned how real it gets when you're up against one of the best to ever do it. During their training session, KSI accepted a challenge from Demetrius, survived 1 full minute of grappling, just 1 minute. But when they got going, it didn't go well for KSI, not even a little. Johnson showed him levels, it was rough, it was humbling, and it definitely had KSI thinking twice about what's next in his fighting journey.
Full mount, okay, yeah. Full mount. And yeah, I'll try that. I haven't done that before. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a minute to survive. Okay.
Go.
Okay.
Wait, hold on.
No!
Here we go. I'm trying to see how I'm supposed to lift you. Or any submission you want to get choked out.
Oh my god. Okay, fair.
Okay.
Holy shit. How long was that?
Go. You're good, Joe. You're okay. Do it for 11.
No!
Your ass is mine, boy. Your ass is mine, boy. How's that? 20 seconds for 17? Yeah. That's a little quicker.
Now let's move on to Hudalfa Balato, who's been under fire since UFC Atlanta. A lot of people accused him of faking a knockout after getting hit with an illegal upkick from Paul Craig. But Bellato is clearing the air now. In a recent interview with Brazilian journalist Larid Vana, Bellato said he actually blacked out. He remembers telling the ref something was wrong, and then nothing. Complete blackout. He doesn't remember anything after that. It wasn't acting, it was real.
Da luta que eu tava ali no chão, tava dentro da guarda dele. Quando eu fui posturar, o seu corpo não tá esperando um golpe daquele. Tipo assim, você não tá esperando uma pedalada na cara. Minhas lutas, só se olhar minhas lutas. Pô, o tanto de porrada que eu aguento, velho. Então, cara, quando eu tomei aquele chute, eu fui tentar reclamar com o juiz, mano, começou a formigar meu corpo inteiro. Eu fui tentar reclamar, eu fui apagando, meu corpo começou a formigar todo. Mano, eu olhei pro teto, tava tudo girando, comecei a apagar, e me deu um... Não sei, cara, assim, eu só sei agora porque eu vi o vídeo, mas na hora eu não lembro de nada. Eu só fui acordar a hora que eu vi, se eu não me engano, um cara fazendo assim pra mim, pô, para por favor, pô, já acabou a luta. Daí eu falei, cara, como assim? Ele me apagou num triângulo? Que a última coisa que eu lembro é que eu tava dentro da guarda dele. Eu achei que eu tinha tomado um triângulo e tinha apagado, entendeu?
O que você achou da galera, inclusive, falando sobre isso, né?
Mas assim, a pessoa falar que eu tô fingindo, pô, perder peso de novo após 20 e poucos dias de uma luta, pô, ser tirado por causa de uma herpes, depois voltar. Cara, você acha que eu fingiria, pô, depois de 20 e poucos dias, sabe, assim, ter que tirar peso de novo, outra viagem, ficar longe do meu filho, pô, vai fazer 9 meses agora. Pô, você acha que eu iria lá fingir uma parada assim? Não faz o menor sentido, entendeu? Eu sei do meu caráter, sei que eu nunca fingiria, nunca tentaria tirar de proveito ali, até porque...
Meanwhile, Barabwishwili and Nino Drama brought some smiles to Georgia with a brand new skit. They dropped it during their trip and fans are loving the laughs.
Delicious. I'm joking.
What happened? Hey, come on. You okay?
It's choking.
Choking?
Yeah.
That's not a choke. Let me show you a real choke. This is the choke, Nina.
Watch UFC BJJ Road to the title.
Live and free on YouTube.
Yeah!
Back to the octagon. Sean Ali, after his loss at UFC 316, is sticking to his new path. Before that fight, he gave up a lot. He quit social media, he stopped smoking weed, he let go of the habits that used to drag him down. He did it all to focus on his fight with Mauro Duiles. Now, even though he lost, again, to Mauro Duiles, he's not going back. In an interview with Ariel Helwani, Ali said these changes weren't just for a fight camp, they're for life. He wants to be better. For good.
Yeah, it was funny how that whole lead up was about all the stuff that I quit doing.
Yeah.
You know, so I could beat Merab. I'm gonna quit all this stuff so I could beat Merab. It was never about that. You know, I didn't get off social media, quit smoking and do all this stuff so I could beat Merab. I did all that stuff just to put my mind more at ease, more at peace. Like, even before all that, I felt like I was a happy person, didn't really deal with anxiety or depression or anything like that. But there was this like low level of anxiety I kind of would always have. And I'm like, you know, I didn't feel like I should have that. I'm like, why would I have that? Marijuana is great. I took a couple puffs when I got home, and I didn't really like the way it made me feel. It kind of made me this paranoid feeling. It's like, I don't know, ever since I was a kid, it changes almost a little bit. So I didn't really like the weed too much. So I've not really haven't been smoking, haven't been on social media.
Wow.
And that still feels, you know, that wasn't something I was gonna do for fight camp so I could beat Merab. That was a life-changing thing. It wasn't just.
And yet, he also clapped back at Cody's comment, where Cody said Sugar looked like, in that same fight with Morab.
Garbrandt saying I looked like shit against Merab. That dude looked sharp last fight, that's all I'll say. You know what was annoying is like when I saw his hair was braided and he's got those face tattoos, I was like, that's how people see me. And it was just so embarrassing. I was like, oh God, I need to fucking get a new look. That was embarrassing. I was like, holy shit. That was an eye-opener.
Now here's some exciting fight news coming from Henry Cejudo himself. On his Pound for Pound podcast, Henry revealed that Islam Akasha is set to face Jack Della.
Have JDM. We have JDM versus Islam Makhachev. We all know that they're more likely they're gonna fight. Their fight's gonna take place October 20th. I don't know where the location is gonna be, but they're gonna fight.
Time to talk about the money side of things. UFC Atlanta fighter salaries have officially been released, and the biggest payday that went to Rose Namajunas, who walked away with a whopping $500,000, 0 cents. Here's a quick rundown of some of the top disclosed payouts. Joaquin Buckley, $150,000, 0 cents. Miranda Maverick, $125,000, 0 cents. Edmund Shabazian, $186,000, 0 cents. Cody Garbrandt, $275,000, 0 cents. Michael Chiesa, $300,000, 0 cents. Alonzo Menifield, $250,000, 0 cent. Ricky Simon, $166,000, 0 cents. Phil Rowe, $110,000, 0 cent. And here are some of the others. Andre Petrovsky, $100,000, 0 cents. Jon Barcelos, $102,000, 0 cent. Buddy Brundage, $65,000, 0 cents. The Bell, $12,000, 0 cents. Paul Craig, $125,000, 0 cents. Court McGee, $83,000, 0 cents. Chris Moutinho, $14,000, 0 cents. Malcolm Wellmaker, $24,000, 0 cents. $38,000, 0 cents. Cody Derren, $63,000, 0 cents. Cameron Smotherman, $14,000, 0 cents. Angie Luca, $30,000, 0 cents. Nasei Demopoulos, $65,000, 0 cents. Jamie Lynn Hoare, $50,000, 0 cents. Manzar Abdul Malik, $28,000, 0 cents. Umar Shai, $26,000, 0 cents. Now for something much more serious and personal. There's finally a positive update about Ben Askren. For those who don't know, Ben's been in a critical state in a Wisconsin hospital battling a severe pneumonia brought on by a staph infection. It's been a scary, uncertain time for his family, friends, and fans. But now there's hope. Pat Moe, known online as The Wrestling Room on X, has been closely tracking Ben's condition and sharing updates. And his latest post brought a much-needed sigh of relief. Pat wrote that Ben is fighting like a champ. He said Ben has opened his eyes. He squeezed hands. He's responsive. That doesn't mean he's out of the woods. A lung transplant still seems likely, but Pat also mentioned that some of Ben's vital levels are improving. Here's what the post said. Update. All the prayers and medical support Ben Askren has been receiving is working. He was able to open his eyes and squeeze hands, showing some responsiveness. He is still expected to need a lung transplant, but some of his levels are improving and he is fighting like a champ. Keep praying for Ben Askren. It's important not to jump to conclusions, but this is a sign of progress, a sign that Ben's still in the fight, and knowing how tough he is, you just know he's giving it everything he's got. Let's all keep him in our thoughts. Keep those prayers coming. He needs them. And that's it for now. If you found this update helpful, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on the latest MMA news and updates.